Hello. Thank you for checking in. It is Wednesday, humpless day. Great to see everybody. Hope you're having a good day. And it has been a heat wave. Heat wave in. Hello. Thank you for checking in. It has been a heat wave in California here, up in the high 90s. Wonderful. Though it's funny because it's supposed to be high 90s to high 80s this week. Next week, it's going to be in the 60s. So, yeah, like next week, it's supposed to be like 67. So, I don't know, like a 30-degree temperature drop in 1 week. Sturgis Guy says there's 3 feet of snow there. Oh, my goodness. Why are you still there? Move. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but because it's warm, I have the air on, and it's very loud. I hate putting it on because I just hate that noise. But so I don't know if you can hear that, but there it is. So hi Alara. So welcome. Hope everybody's doing good and feeling good. And finally got around to watching Wonder Woman. I don't know if everybody else probably saw it a long time ago, but I finally got around to seeing Wonder Woman, and I loved it. It was so good. It was really, really good. I don't know if anyone else has seen it, but the new one, yes. The new one. It is online now on places, so depending on where it is, it's or whatever you're subscribed to, it is online. So, and it's awesome. So, woohoo! And anyhow, so hope you're doing well. Sorry I wasn't here the last couple of days. I had some meetings and appointments and stuff, so I couldn't make it. But glad you're back. And I can't believe how warm it's been. It's been so warm that like all the termites in the wood are like waking up and coming out, which is really annoying. For the last 2 days, all I've been doing is like killing termites who are confused. Oh, yeah, termites. Even in this building, termites everywhere. LA has termites. So, I have the craziest nature story for you guys from, excuse me, Monday night. I was up late working and doing stuff on my computer, and I heard a noise outside on the patio. Well, not on the patio, but I heard a noise outside, like in the back of the building. It sounded like people running through there. And I looked down, and down on the ground was 4 raccoons. 4 raccoons, like a group of them. And they were like playing, like roughhousing, playing, like rolling around with each other and hugging each other. And just 4 raccoons. And they looked smaller, like they were young, totally playing. And it was so cute. And they were running around like chasing each other and playing tag and it was really cute. And then they started climbing up the tree that's right there, like 2 feet from my balcony. And first one started climbing up, and then it seemed like they heard something because all 4 of them climbed up, and there was one. And they were looking in the direction of whatever they could hear something before I did. So they were looking in that direction. And the one was literally right in front of me, because I was already on the patio, 2 feet away. And it looks up and it sees me. And it does like a little hiss. So I hissed back at it. I was like, and then I raised my arm and I went, and it raised its arms and it hissed at me. And and I was like, rawr. And then I had the mop was right there. So I took the mop and because I wasn't going to put my hand there, but this raccoon was like not scared. But I took the mop and I like put the soft part out towards it and put it up by its hands. Hi, Wing Doggy. and it was like poking and prodding and it was 2 feet away from me. It could have jumped over. It was so close. And and it was like looking at me and and then the noise, whatever they had heard, then I could hear it too. And up comes running up the tree and like barking and growling is 4 big raccoons. 4 big raccoons. And they were like, arf, 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 arf. They were like growling and barking like dogs. And they started running up the tree, and the 4 little ones were there. And the one on the end was trying to fight the first one up. They were like, rah, rah, rah. They were having like a little raccoon battle. And then the 4 big ones went down and they went off along their way. And the little one, the one that was trying to fight the big ones, he seemed angry. Like, not like he was hurt, but more that he was, because it seemed like there was a turf war. There was like hi, Dantooine. Like, they're like, because I read online that raccoons travel in groups, little gangs of 4 males, each group, never more than 4 little groups. And they're very territorial. So they travel in groups to protect their turf. So it's like raccoon gangs. And so the one that had been trying to fight the big one seemed like he was angry, like, because he was on the tree and the other ones were up there, so he couldn't really do anything. And he was going like, like literally like that, like complaining. And the other one slowly came down the tree, and he kept like, me, me, me. And they were walking out towards the end of the building where the gate is. And I could hear them, me, me, me. And then they decide to run off. And I hear them run off like the same direction as the big ones went. And then I hear in the street, I can't see it anymore, but I hear a brawl. I hear like, rah, 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 like barking and growling and a raccoon fight in the street. It was the craziest, funniest thing. And for that one moment when they're having the fight on the tree, there were 8 raccoons up the tree here in front of my house, right there. And the one was like, so 8, because there were 2 groups of 4, and the 4 big ones chased the little ones up there. Yeah, so that I didn't know that raccoons made noises, like they bark like dogs, and then they growling when they're fighting, and the hissing like the one did to me is just like when they're a little nervous but they're not quite sure, so they're like really kind of soft hiss, like. But the one that was right next to me, actually 2 of them, I were really close, and I wanted to see my broom. They're very curious and they're very smart. I know exactly, Dantooine. And I never heard their noises before. I didn't know what kind of noises raccoons made, and now I do. And I didn't know that I always thought raccoons were like an animal that was just one at a time, but they travel in groups. It's the women that stay alone, because once a female has babies, it has to stay by itself with its babies. Otherwise, some male will eat the babies. So I know, but the males stay in packs of 4 for brawling. For raccoon gangs. Yeah. So, but it was so crazy. I've never seen so many raccoons, and all on my tree. And the ones that were near me, they were not afraid of me. They were afraid of the big raccoons, but they weren't afraid of me. And if I had had food, they totally would have eaten out of my hand. Now, I don't advise that to anyone because I read online that raccoons carry a lot of diseases, especially the raccoon poop. Very bad for you. Lots of contaminants and diseases in their poops. And they're very bad if people can get them in their attics and stuff, and they make big, huge messes. And yeah, so it's best not to like feed them because they will then get used to coming to that certain location for food and then pooping all over. So, so I'm not going to feed them or anything like that, but. Yeah. So it was like wildlife safari, and there's like squirrels and stuff. But I've never seen a raccoon the entire time I've been like, I don't know, forever. I've never seen a raccoon close up like that. And usually the only time I ever see raccoons is like one dead on the side of the road. Very rarely seen live raccoons. Yeah, it was too bad I couldn't have a video of it because it would have been crazy. It would have been like a million likes on that video. But it was dark, and it would have been hard to get a really good like video of it. Oh, I'll have to check it out later, Wing Doggy. So yeah, and yes, and raccoons can get rabies too, but they mostly they don't usually bite because normally they're kind of afraid of humans. In like you have to corner them and get them really scared before they're gonna like try and attack you because they're not really into that unless they have to, and which is like most animals, they don't want. But these ones were not scared, and they're very smart. Raccoons, I was reading all about them because then I was fascinated. They can open doors and unscrew things, and if and they remember things for like up to 3 years. Like they did studies where like a raccoon figured out how to open a lock, and he remembered how to do that 3 years later. And they can figure out how to open different types of locks and doors and stuff and remember it for years. So if they come back, they remember how to. They're very smart. And they have like supersonic hearing on sound megahertz that are impossible to hear in the human ear. They can hear earthworms. They can hear the sound of earthworms in the ground. And like, because normally they like to eat, they like fruits and nuts and berries, but they'll eat dead things. If they'll eat anything, they're omnivorous. They'll eat anything. If there's nothing good around, they'll eat worms or grubs and stuff like that. But oh, good for you. Allura says she lost 3 pounds. So today is all about, today is National Geographic Wild Kingdom, the insane nocturnal activities of Los Angeles raccoons, gangs of raccoons. Wow, Wing Doggy says he's lost 40 pounds in the last 10 months. Wow, that's incredible. Congratulations, Wing Doggy. Yeah. So yeah, I found it fascinating. It's really crazy. So Oh, that's no good. But and they have a pretty wide range, but the raccoons in an urban city area get really smart about opening garbage cans, getting into attics and roofs and crawl spaces, and they're really smart, and they're not afraid of humans because they're like kind of always running around and stuff. I've never been up close to a raccoon all my life. So I don't know if anyone else knew all that about raccoons, but Linda said she carved a pumpkin. Oh, okay. And Sturgis guy says he predicts raccoons will have smartphones. Like seriously, they have little hands, and they don't have thumbs, but their hands are super sensitive, and their hands. Wow, wing doggy, you're wasting away. Their hands, like they do everything, and they break things open. And Linda says like hamsters. Yeah. and but they're big and they're very strong and they're very sensitive and they can figure stuff out with their hands. Like forget it. If they had thumbs, if they had an opposable thumb, they would be like picking locks and it was so funny and they're so cute. I think I was fascinated. I kept reading everything about them. I think there are some people who have domesticated or had pet raccoons, though it's not really recommended because since they still are a wild animal, they won't necessarily always be good. Don Tween says they're smarter than a lot of humans he knows. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, it was so crazy. And the whole thing was like at least 15 minutes long. Like I compressed the story, but it was like 15 minutes. It's just craziness. Yeah, I have to figure out how to make a video of it. Cause if they ever come back. And they were so loud and like cause they were outside and they're like leaves down there. So that's what it sounded like there were people out there. And I was like, oh, what is it there? You know, like at first I thought like maybe there's robbers or somebody out there. Like somebody, because the backyard area, it's fenced in and you can't really get in it. I mean, you could climb over the fence, but it's not really accessible if you don't live here. It's not big either. It's just kind of like a little. Yeah. And they were wearing their masks. Sturgis guy says, have you seen any moon bats? No, I don't know if I don't think I've ever seen a bat in real life or up close. This was my most Wild Kingdom experience ever. And hopefully, and I did not know that there were so many raccoons in LA. I would not have thought it because it's a very populated area. Who would think that there'd be so many raccoons here? Like 8 of them on the tree in my backyard. So hopefully I don't have anything on my patio that they want to eat. Yeah, it was Wild Kingdom for sure. Oh, it's already getting so dark outside. But it was really cool. I was fascinated. And that was Monday night. And it was like magical. It was so weird and so like, I don't know. I I didn't hear any noise. Didn't stay up late last night, but Tisha says there's a black bear behind his house. Wow. What I mean, anytime I've seen animals in the past, they've been kind of at a distance. Even in LA, sometimes if you drive in the hills of LA where there's more like space, you can see deers occasionally or like a little um like coyote thing or something. And I've seen those like driving around, but they're kind of like far and they're running. Nothing like, I've never had an animal experience like right there. Like literally this guy was like this far away from me. I could have touched him with my hand. I used the mop, but I could have reached him. They didn't, because he was distracted by like the other guys coming. So he wasn't even looking my direction because he was looking down, and he ran up and he was looking down and he was looking down and he was looking down, and I was just standing there quietly. And then all of a sudden he looked up and he's like, "Ooh." He's like, "Oh, what have I done?" Oh, and today is the World Series, right? And today, for anyone who's a baseball fan, today is the World Series, I think. Is this the last game? The LA Dodgers are playing. Hopefully they'll be winning. I have not followed any baseball, so I have no clue. But I think I saw that when I looked on somewhere on the news somewhere. I have no idea, Linda. Oh, Tisa says, okay, so it's just started. Tisa says, yesterday it started and they won the first game. Don Tween says, as a kid, I used to live on an avocado ranch and saw coyotes, bobcats, and even raccoons, but never Bigfoot. And today is game 2 of the World Series, Dodgers versus the Astros. And unfortunately, the Yankees have already been eliminated. What? Already? How'd that happen? How could you be eliminated already? And how awesome would it be to live on an avocado ranch? Avocados all the time? Non-stop avocados. Sounds good. I really like avocados. Anyhow, oh my goodness. So it is already 5:45. I hate how dark it's getting. Now it's like getting dark behind me, so the light is getting too bright now. But anyhow, grr, hiss. It was so funny. It was like smart. It like, and even when I tried to scare it, it wasn't scared. When I was like, ah, it was like it was like it was sticking its tongue out at me. I think the raccoon was mocking me, to be honest. But all right, so I am just about to sign off, but I want to thank you guys for coming to see me because you're awesome. I will be back tomorrow for Stupid Question Day, where the questions are stupid and the answers are even stupider. Genius. All right. Kisses for everybody. Bye. Love you all. Bye. Bye. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.